Welcome to an inside look at Nex Machina, the newest top-down shooter from Housemarque. We're here today to announce a few features. First of all, the season structure, where you can rank yourself up and play against those top people on the leaderboards. Second of all, challenges, which are mini modified versions of the campaign. And third of all, the replay mode, where you can follow other people's playthroughs and learn for yourself on how to get those top spots. Let's talk to the game director, Harry Kruger, about more of this. So, first of all, let's talk about the season structure. So the idea here is that you can go in and for a limited time, you can kind of gain ranks and then work yourself through these leaderboards and so on. That's the idea there, or?
Yeah. So the idea is basically that on top of the core game experience, which will, of course, have the standard arcade and single level modes and all of that stuff that, we've explored before. We also want to kind of create more competitive environment, basically, for players to interact in. And the idea with the seasons is that these would last for a specific amount of time, whether it's like a few weeks, months, whatever. We'll see how that goes and how the community responds to these things.
So basically these challenges, let's say that they change on a weekly basis, for example, and then you can kind of we can bring in new challenges that very much change up the game. What kind of challenges are we looking at?
The way that the game has been structured, all of the key defining parameters for the gameplay are basically listed in this so-called game rules list, right? And the idea is that we would mix and match different combinations of these game rules to create slightly different experiences. One example here is the overall game speed. So you can just crank that up to be twice as fast and then just see how long you can survive, Or you could just have these flags that toggle, for instance, enemy revenge bullets. So then all of the enemies just start spawning these revenge bullet patterns that create this layer of reactive gameplay.
And what about the replay mode? So the idea there is to kind of build up this community that you can see the other players' runs and then learn from them.
What happens is all of your leaderboard entries are effectively recorded, and then you can go to the leaderboard, select an entry and watch the actual replay of that run. We're quite proud about the fact that Nex Machina is a very demanding game based on it requires a lot of skillful play. There's a lot of secrets, there's a lot of things to uncover, there's a lot of depth in the scoring system. In some cases you might be left with a lot of unanswered questions. And instead of just having players go to Google and just start typing like what the hell is happening, we'd really want to encourage that extension of the experience to be integrated into the game.
Within the game, yeah.
So they can just check a replay and be like, oh cool, so this is what I was missing.
Awesome.
Maybe I'll try that. A large part of these features have been inspired by the feeling we used to get when we played actual arcade cabinets back in the day. And that feeling of a tight community that would all be kind of competing towards, getting the best score at a given game, for example. Occasionally you would have these arcade heroes, so to speak. And you would go there and you'd see like this one guy who's been playing this game for like an hour and is about to beat the all-time highest score there. And everyone would kind of go quiet and start assembling around them. And there'd be this, you would share the intensity and the excitement of that moment, And that's something that kind of inspired us to include this and try to capture a bit of that community building aspect. It's like, Mikael did this, I want to see how he did this run, and he actually found this secret there, and maybe I can use that to improve my run. Then I one up your score, and then you check mine out, and have this, give each players, instead of just having these random names on the leaderboard, give each of them some personality.
Yeah, thanks man. This has been a really cool insight into how the competitive and community scene of Nex Machina is looking to kind of draw out, and I think we'll have more information later on. Thanks man.
Absolutely, pleasure.